actually grew up like in the same church. So his family's from Zanesville, Ohio, which is where my mom's from.
Okay.
So I grew up watching this dude play at church, and we've been making music together for many years.
Oh, can we talk about that? We'll
Yo,
talk about.
absolutely.
We got some catching up to do.
Absolutely. No, abs 1,000,000,000%.
And I think we're there. We go. And make sure my hair's in place.
That's right, we're on TV.
You're used to being on TV, though.
Man.
Yeah. And we are live in Studio A. Happy to have a couple of our friends back joining us today, presented by the Greater Columbus Arts Council. And it is John Lampley and Josh Hill, joined by Theron Brown. So nice to meet you. And so great to have you guys back.
Oh, so excited to be back. So good to be back in Columbus.
It's been a while. We were talking before we went on mic. You know, Hunter Tones were here before pre-COVID, right before.
Yeah, WCBE, the last time we were in this room was 2019. We were getting ready to go record an album called Time to Play, which is now almost 6 years old.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And we were talking, too, before you guys got here. You left your trumpet here one time.
Oh, yes. Man, it was we were doing something, and we were doing a show in Dayton right after, and my head was all over the place. And so we get in the van after doing the WCBE thing, and we get a call. They're like, hey, this is the radio station. There's a trumpet out here. And just left it right outside the door. Would have needed that.
You didn't make it all the way to Dayton. So,
Right.
Only had to go halfway back. But it's
Exactly.
great to have you back. And we've got a new album of yours to talk about. Is it Lunatico?
Or Bar Lunatico.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Lunatico.
Lunatico. About 2 years ago, really 3 years ago, I started doing this project at this amazing venue in New York. They have music every night, and the owner, his name is Richard Julian, amazing musician. I talked to him. I was like, hey, I've got an idea for a project. Can I play here on Sunday nights? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? And it's kind of become an event in New York. But basically, we set up the microphones and we recorded it for 2 nights. And Night Service Live at Lunatico is the result of that. Mm-hmm. And that album, super proud of it. And it really captures the energy of the music as well as that space.
So is that something like a residency there you do now?
Yeah, basically I'm there every 2 or 3 months, and we do the music from the album. It's also been a really fun place to kind of write and try new things. But it's a really fun project. I was actually able to bring this project to the Lincoln Theater last fall. Josh was there, Theron was there, and it was an absolute blast.
Well, I'm glad we could get you in this time around. And, well, we'll talk more. We'll catch up and see where it all started in Akron back, when you met Theron, or you've known each other for quite some time. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And the show tonight at Natalie's. The first show is sold out and just a few tickets left for the later show. Maybe we can do a pair. Can we give a pair?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, we'll do a ticket giveaway. So hang tight. We've got some great music live from Studio A. And is this going to be from featured?
So this is actually the first song we're going to do is a blues that I wrote that was kind of a bonus track that didn't make the album, but it came out shortly after, and it's called C Selection.
All right. Here we go. John Lampley, Josh Hill, and Theron Brown live from Studio A.
Yeah.
Nice. We are live in Studio A and live on Facebook and YouTube as well. If you can't watch it now, you can watch it later with John Lampley, Josh Hill, and Theron Brownstone. So good and so great to have the guys back. And well, Akron is where you're from originally, and that's where you know Theron from.
Yeah, so actually it goes deeper than that. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, specifically Talmadge, Ohio, but my mom's family is from Zanesville, Ohio. And so Theron's dad was a pastor at a church in Zanesville, Ohio, and I remember going to visit family in Zanesville, and we would go to Theron's dad's church, and I'd be like, man, who is this 12-year-old kid on the organ sounding like he's a grown man? Oh, wow. And so eventually Theron went to college at Akron University, okay. And so like when I would come home from Ohio State, I remember Theron lived at this house, and we would just go over there and just be playing music until like 2, 3 in the morning. But over time, me and Theron have stayed friends and made a lot of music together. Theron's on all the Hunter Tones records, and just like, we made a lot of music. Church camp, yeah. Like, all of it, man.
So was trumpet your first?
My mom had me started on piano when I was like 4. And it was like, the basic like Ode to Joy with one finger. But then when I got to 5th grade band, it was like, all right, you got to pick your band instrument. And that's when I picked up the trumpet. A little bit later, picked up the sousaphone, which a lot of people know me for with Hunter Tones. We're also like playing in the Ohio State marching band. But I studied trumpet at Ohio State, but I was still playing tuba in the marching band. So it was kind of like the dual education.
Yeah, and was that you dotted the I recently? Not too far.
Oh man, I wish I could say it was recently, but it was not so
been?
recent. 2011.
Oh my gosh!
I know. Every time I come to it, I'm like, yeah, I dotted the I. Like I was like, oh wow, like 12 years ago.
Oh my
13,
gosh!
4,
Yes.
Whatever that is, 14 years ago.
I thought maybe I don't know half of that, but
right. Time truly flies.
I know it does. It does. Well, recently, funding was cut for the public media, as I'm sure you guys know, and so we've taken a hit. And some sad news with you too, John, and the job that you do nightly.
Of course.
How much can you share about that day? What Stephen Colbert.
Right. Well, what I can say is that, the day that the world found out was the day that, we found out. And I think I can't really speak too much of the details in terms of why or how, but what I will say is that it has been like the great honor of my life to work with not only the musicians in that band, but the entire team that creates that show for the last 10 years. It is genuinely some of the most talented, kind, wonderful people I've ever gotten to work with. And the band, first led by John Baptiste and now led by Louis Cato, is such an incredible assembly of musicians and human beings. And I will say that the entire thing is top down, and Stephen Colbert is an incredible leader, incredible human being, and I feel like I've learned so much from him. So, it's the thing that is really sad about it is how wonderful it's been to work with these people and knowing that there is an end date on that. But I'm extremely grateful, and I think we are extremely fortunate that we, have until May. So we have a lot of time to continue to do the show, and I think that the way that the show is unfolding in this time is a way that is, the energy is very high, and there's a big kind of, everybody's like, all right, let's put on the pants and like really do this. But no, in general, it is, it's a heavy thing, and especially also what you were saying, seeing what's happening with, public radio around the country, it is devastating because so many of us, when we were kids, directly we're learning from these programs, whether it be, watching PBS on TV or like on the way to school listening to programs. And it's, anybody out there, do what you can to support these programs, support the radios, support the musicians that are kind of coming through them. But again, just incredibly grateful for specifically WCBE and you guys having us in here when we were in college, still trying to figure out what we were doing. And we will just continue to support and spread support and awareness for all of these.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. 100 Tones local gone global. My goodness, you guys have been everywhere. And but a little bit more on the Stephen Colbert. Tell us how you got the gig in the first place, going back to John Batiste.
Yes, so I moved to New York with Dan and Chris from 100 Tones in 2014, which is unbelievable. And basically, you get to a city like New York and you're just trying to network. You're trying to be out and play and meet people. And I met some musicians that played at a club called Dizzy's, which was associated with Jazz and Lincoln Center. And so one night I was playing there, like late night set. We would do like Monday to Thursday. The main sets are at like 7:30 and 9:30. We'd be starting at like 12:30, But one night I was playing, and John's drummer, Joe Saylor, the jazz cowboy on TV, was just at the club, and he saw me playing trumpet and sousaphone, and apparently he reached out to John and said, hey, there's this guy at Dizzy's. I've never seen him before, but he's playing trumpet and tuba. And this was right around the time that Batiste knew that he was about to take over the Late Show gig. He was, I think, trying to figure out how to expand the band that he had. And a couple of weeks later, I got a call, or it was an email. It was like, hey, we work with John Batiste. He wants to see if you'd be interested in playing a couple shows with him. I got to play at the Newport Jazz Festival with him. It was a really fun show. And then a couple of months later, I got an email from the house band supervisor at the Late Show. He was like, hey, John wants you to be a part of the team. And this was literally about a year into living in New York. So it was a very kind of surreal experience. And to get to be a part of the fold of that show now for, 10 years, like I said, it's been one of the great honors of my life and something that I never could have imagined would have happened.
I was telling you, that's always what we watch. And it's like a ritual. We have to say, John Lampley, every time he comes on the television, because it's just so fun to see you and just all the success and everything.
I appreciate it, and I will say that, like, even being in New York for as long as I've been there, I have always felt like Columbus specific. I'm from Akron, but like Columbus is such like a sense of home and support in this place and the people here. So I'm extremely appreciative of all of that and everybody
great.
here.
Yay! Well, I guess let's hear another song, and then we'll do a ticket giveaway. The show is tonight at Natalie's. First one sold out. But we'll have a pair to give away for the later show, which is at 9:30, I believe.
Yes.
9:30 show start. And details at nataliesgrandview.com. And it is John Lampley, Josh Hill, and Theron Brown with us. We're so lucky to have them in the studio today. And, what's this one you're going to do?
So this is actually a brand new unrecorded or unreleased song from the next album that I'm working on, and it is called Greener. So
here we are, live from Studio A.
yes.
Hello, how's it going? From what I can tell, your garden's really growing. You got it all figured out. I've been trying, but all these seeds that I've been sowing end up dying. It's got me filled with nothing but doubt. Somebody tell me why, oh why? Can you tell me what's the secret? Why, oh why? 'Cause I really need to know. Why won't my flowers grow up? Why can't I catch some good luck? How come your grass is always greener? Da da da, my sun ain't never shining. I miss that silver lining. How come your grass is always greener?
WCBE listeners, I'm going to tell you how my day is going right quick.
Cracked a couple eggs, but the omelet was runny. Cracked a couple jokes, but they weren't really funny. I hopped on my bike and the tire was flat. Said every day I'm stressing, I'm always feeling less than. It's like I'm striking out before they hand me the bat. Ha. Somebody tell me why, oh why? Can you tell me what's the secret? Why, oh why? 'Cause I really need to know. Why won't my flowers grow up? Why can't I catch some good luck? How come your grass is always greener? Da da da, my sun ain't never shining. I miss that silver lining. How come your grass is always greener? But maybe I can change my views and say, you know, I'm proud of you. But that's the work I need to do. So take my cup and fill it up until it looks half full. My flowers now they grow up. I finally caught some good luck. Looks like my grass is getting greener. Da da da, I see my sun is shining. I see that silver lining. Maybe my grass was always greener. Yeah.
John Lampley, Josh Hill, Theron Brown, live from Studio A with that song Greener. And tonight's the show at Natalie's. First one sold out pretty quickly, so they added a second one.
That's it. I'm thankful. Yeah, come hang out if you're free tonight. I know it's a school night, but that second show, there's a few tickets left.
Yeah, and we're giving a pair away right now.
Yes.
At 614-821-9223. Caller number 5. Greg.
Thinking about, in every song, you could kind of interpret it as being sung at somebody, but a lot of it is literally just ideas that I'm kind of like, saying to myself, or ideas that I'm kind of reflecting upon.
I love it. And well, tonight's the show at Natalie's. And then, well, didn't you play at, tell me the name of the place again.
Oh, Lunatico, yeah.
Lunatico, we say it.
Yeah. So Theron was in New York last night. We did the show night service at Lunatico last night, and then we're at Natalie's tonight, and then tomorrow, actually, I'm driving up to Cleveland, and tomorrow evening I am going to be playing the national anthem at a Cleveland Guardians game.
Awesome.
So that's really fun. A little bit of baseball, good times.
Sweet.
Go Guards.
Yay, right? well, that's cool. And on top of doing the late show through May, is it?
Yeah.
So how do you do the scheduling between 100 Tones, OAR, and the late show? How does that work?
Speaking of notes to self, that is a question that I've been asking myself and am still very much just trying to figure out. No, fortunately, with the show over the past 10 years, we tape for about 40 weeks a year, but then we have about 12 weeks where we're not doing anything. And in those weeks, I try to kind of take a little bit of time for myself, but then also balance the schedules. OAR usually is touring during the summers, or I'll try to do some weekends with them. And then 100 Tones, similarly, it's like when we're touring, I try to jump out and do what I can. We actually really had a really cool opportunity 2 weekends ago now, where we were at an amazing classical music festival upstate New York called Caroga Arts Festival, and it was the first time we got to play our music with like a full string chamber orchestra, and it was really, 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 really cool. So we're actually, 100 Tones is going into the studio in a couple of weeks to make our next record as well. Awesome. So we've been kind of writing, and we all kind of live all over the place now, so it's really cool when we get to come together. But the scheduling is definitely a Yeah, exactly.
A little breathing in between doesn't hurt.
Exactly.
Doesn't hurt things. But well, thank you so much. Congratulations on everything.
Oh,
Tell
thank you.
wow.
Oh,
And you're also going back to the Rubber City for a
Yes.
Jazz Fest there
Yes.
too.
So this is the 10th anniversary of the Rubber City Jazz Festival, which Theron is actually one of the founding members of, and we are bringing night service. I'm going to be the artist in residence for that festival this year. So it's the weekend of September 5th, 6th, and 7th, I believe. But basically that Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be doing a master class on Friday. Theron's playing a show. I'm going to be joining him. And then that Saturday evening, we're bringing night service to the Akron Art Museum. It's a big show. It's a free show. Theron will be there. Josh will be there. But it's always really special for me to get to play actually at home because I see a lot of familiar faces, which is cool.
Oh,
But yeah, if you're in Akron or even if you're in Ohio and you want to make the trip, mark your calendars for that weekend.
Yeah, you can check out details on his website. It is John Lampley and Josh Hill and Theron Brown with us this afternoon. Again, so grateful to have you back and great to meet you, Theron. So awesome and just so happy for you. And I know, yeah, and we can't thank you enough. This is no Stephen Colbert show.
No, listen, you all, like I said, y'all have been having us in over the years, and we really, really appreciate it. So thank you for having me. Thanks for talking about the show. And again, like listeners, continued support of this amazing organization because these are the organizations that need it now more than ever, truly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. What are you going to take us out with?
So this is a song that is on the Night Service Live at Lunatico album. It's one of my favorite standards. It's called On the Sunny Side of the Street.
Love it.
Grab your hat,
Yeah.
leave your worries on the doorstep. Life can be so sweet over on the sunny side of the street. I said, can't you hear the pitter and the patter of the raindrops falling against your fire escape ladder? Life can be so fine, just like a glass of Columbus, Ohio wine. See, I used to walk over there in the shade, sit with my blues on parade. But now I'm not afraid because it's over, Casanova. Said if I'd never made a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. The gold dust at my feet on the sunny, or maybe the shady on the sunny side of the street. And then Louis Armstrong would have done it like this.